Hello students, welcome to today's session. So today we'll be discussing a small topic, features of Java. Okay, so the first feature of Java is that it is simple. Okay, at least relatively simple. If you compare Java with another language like C++, okay, and C++ came earlier to Java. Okay, so in C++ you have the concept of pointers. Okay, using pointers you can do some low level memory manipulations. Okay, like you can directly access a memory location in the RAM and manipulate the data. Okay, so this feature can be useful sometimes, but uh, at other times it can create problems also. Okay, so that is why Java skipped the use of pointers. Okay, so programmers cannot directly access the memory in Java. Okay, so this is one of the examples why Java is a simple language. Okay. Another example is its syntax. Okay. If you compare the language, if you compare the syntax of Java and C++, you'll find that Java's syntax. Okay. Syntax means way of writing the language or way of writing the program. Okay. So I personally find Java's syntax to be a lot simpler and user-friendly than C++. So these are just a few examples as to why Java is a simple language. Okay. The second feature of Java is that it is a robust language. Robust means what? It's very reliable. Okay. And how does it provide reliability? The reliability is provided by the compiler, okay, at compile time, and the interpreter at runtime. So both two checks happen, one at the compile time and one the other at the runtime. Okay, that means once you have written your program, okay, the compiler will make sure that your program is in a fit state to be given to the JVM. Okay, so once your program is inside the JVM in the form of bytecode, okay, the second level of checking will happen, and that checking will be done by the interpreter. Okay, so in case any problem arises, the interpreter will immediately halt the execution of the program so that it does not cause any unwanted output while the program is executing. Okay, so this is why Java is a robust language. Third feature is that Java is secure. Okay, so it's secure in the sense that, let's take the example of an applet. Okay, I've already explained what an applet is. So an applet is a Java program that is capable of running on a web browser, isn't it? So let's say you have created an applet program. Okay, and you are accessing it on a web browser. Okay, whenever you are using a browser, okay, it means that your Java program will be coming from somewhere across the world. Okay, it can be from anywhere, it can come from anywhere through the internet. Okay, so while using the internet to access your Java applet, okay, it may happen that some hackers, okay, so let me just make a drawing here. So let's say this is the computer which will be accessing our applet application, okay, our applet program, and this computer is connected to the internet, okay. Now when the data comes through the internet, okay, when the data comes through the internet, hackers might try to take advantage of your applet program, okay. They might manipulate the applet program and cause some unwanted behavior, okay, which you did not intended. So what will happen? It's an unwanted situation, right? Hackers will be taking advantage. But the thing is that an applet program can run in an isolated environment, okay, and that isolated environment is the JVM, okay. So in fact what happens is, when an applet is running, it's not actually running directly inside your memory, okay, inside your computer's memory, okay. It's running inside a JVM instance, okay. So the JVM, whatever happens inside the JVM, okay. The applet program cannot access your computer's memory directly, okay. So that is why Java is also a secure language, okay. And that is why most of the banking applications, okay, most of the banks, their banking application is written in Java language, okay, because it provides security. So let's look at the next feature of Java, okay. It is object oriented, okay. The next feature is that it is object oriented, and we have discussed in detail what is the meaning of object oriented. So because the real world is made up of objects, isn't it? Everything is an object. So if you somehow are able to implement those real world problems as objects, okay, in your Java program, it becomes easy to correlate with the real world, okay. It becomes easier to write the program, okay. That is why this is the one of the good features of Java, okay. And the next feature is it is platform independent, okay. So platform independent, I discussed it in the last video, okay, in detail. Platform independent means what? Platform independent means that you write your Java program once and you compile it, produce the bytecode, and then simply you run it anywhere, okay. Write once, run anywhere, okay. So this is why it is known as platform independent, okay. And the last feature of Java is that it's multi-threaded. So multi-threaded means, see, like I'll give you an example, okay. Thread, what is the meaning of thread? See, when a big program is running, okay, let's say a big Java program is running, you will have many components in the program, okay, which are simultaneously executing, okay. Different components of the programs are simultaneously executing, okay. So the whole program is divided into many threads, okay, and each thread is executing, okay, independent of the other thread, okay. So let's take the example of games. When you are playing a game, okay, so lots of things are happening on the screen, right? You are playing the game, the score is being managed, the graphics is being managed, okay, and lots and other things are happening, okay. But the game itself is just a single program, okay. But that single program is divided into many threads, so that you can simultaneously, let's say you're playing a shooter game, so you can simultaneously shoot, and the score will get updated, okay. So the score is also being updated, and you are shooting also, okay. And simultaneously, let's say another player joins you through the internet, okay. So all these are happening simultaneously. So this happens with the help of threads, okay. So this is a very good feature of Java, okay, that it allows multi-threading, okay. And one more feature that is not mentioned here, okay, Java provides a very good memory management system, okay. That means what? When, let's say you created an object, okay, you created an object in Java. Once you have used the object, okay, and the object, when it's no longer in use, okay, Java will recognize it that the object is not being used anymore, and it will dispose the object, and release the memory which was being occupied by that particular object, okay. So this is the last feature which I'll discuss, which I've just discussed, okay, that it provides a robust memory management system, okay.